Well, David, how are you looking team news-wise this week? Any new issues to contend with?
No, everybody's fine. Everybody's got a clean bill of health, so everybody's available for selection for Saturday.
Big positive then, you've had a good group out there this week on the training ground.
Yes, the players have been bubbly. They've been the same for the last few months. Everything just stays the same, and I said we just need to keep the positivity. We need to make sure everybody stays focused, and I think everybody is looking forward to the game on Saturday at Walsall.
How much positivity do you take out of the second half performance last week?
Yeah, I think it was fantastic. I thought how we never get 3 points is beyond me, but great credit to the players. They came out asking for a second half performance, managed to get it, created numerous chances to go and pick up, which were invaluable 3 points. And as I said, it's one of these things now that we just need to keep playing that way. This is that the players are in good spirits. They've trained well again, and as I said, we've got a positivity getting into the last bit of the season.
Did it feel like last week it just wouldn't drop for you? Clearances off the line and chances put over the bar? Yeah,
I thought we created a lot of good chances, and Kyle Aaron had a couple of good saves. We had a couple of chances towards the end of the game, but the most positive thing was we kept going. And as you say, in the 93rd, 94th minute, we had a chance to seal the win, which would have been fantastic for us. But as I said, you got to give credit to Plymouth. They're a good side. They've been on a fantastic run, and I thought we made them look an average side. You
know you've got goals in this side as well, don't you? You haven't scored in the last 3, but you know they're there because you've got players in that team who have racked them up a bit earlier in the season.
Yeah, of course we have. I think most teams get through it. I think we've had a bit unlucky over the last, I'd say, 6 or 7 games. Decisions have went against us, and if we'd have managed to pick up points when we should have, we would have been probably clearly of bottom 4 by some distance. So the results have been changing, and but as you say, goals will come. I think we've got a lot of players in the team now that can score goals, and I thought if we weren't creating the chances, if we weren't scoring goals, then I'd be worried. But we are creating chances, and I'm sure that they'll start getting back in the net what they were doing in early December.
How do you keep those strikers positive then when they are struggling to find the net at a period like now?
Yeah, I don't think it's just the strikers, I think it's everybody. I think you can't rely on Owen and George just to get your goals, or else we are going to struggle. I think we have to get the players who were scoring. I think centre-backs should be chipping them maybe a few more goals. We had 12 corners on Saturday, and I don't think we were heading any of them. So these are things where everybody's got to step up to the plate. I think it's going to be set plays now, and mistakes and good finishing, and I say it's a team effort now for goals. It's not just relying on Owen and George Miller.
Yeah, that could make a huge difference, couldn't it? If your centre-halves can chip in just with a couple each between now and the end of the season, it'd be quite nice.
Yeah, I think Anthony's got a few goals, and it'd be nice for him to try and get another couple before the end of the season. But I say it's things we work on. We work on with movements, and it says with 12 corners, and it says we've got no joy at them over the last few weeks. So we need to make sure that the centre backs and everybody else who's going to be playing and is going to go and attack the ball has got a desire to go and try and score a goal.
Do you feel your players are still taking that responsibility on? I read a really interesting piece with Lewis O'Brien in one of the Nationals this week, and he was saying that when he first came, the abuse he got on Twitter got to him a little bit, and he's turned that into a positive. He's turned it into a bit of motivation. Do you feel your players are still having that mental strength at this stage of a season that they need? Yeah,
of course they have. It's been a difficult season for everybody since I've came to the club. We're pulling about the bottom 4, but we've still remained positive. We all know that we've managed to get a claw of teams back in. We're only 1 point away, and I think we've got to take the positive of how we've been as a club. Everything's changing for the better. We're trying to make it more professional, and as you say, players are staying positive. Young Lewis has come in, probably nobody had heard of him. I gave him his debut at Blackpool, and he's kicked on ever since. So fantastic mindset, and I think that's what you have to play at a club like Bradford, and I think every player's got it, and I think everybody's now shown that they want to stay here, they want to play. And as I said, it's a fantastic opportunity for Lewis and other players to make sure that every game you're playing, you're staying really focused.
And does the fact that you're creating all of those chances that you did, particularly in that second half last week, show that they are taking that responsibility on, they are looking to do the right things?
Yeah, of course we have. I think the only game we can say one game over the last maybe 2 months has been the Fleetwood game, where Fleetwood came and made it very difficult. We still created chances in that game. So every game we play in, we create chances. And as I say, these are times where you can't look at many teams that have been in the bottom 4 in the league and going and scoring 4 goals, 3 goals, 2 goals. There's not many teams at the top of the league that do it. So I think the chances are still getting created now, but I think there's an expectancy there from everybody that you are going to do it, but the chances are getting created. I'm sure we'll get back to winning ways shortly, and I'm sure we'll get back to scoring goals, which gets you away from where you are in the league.
You do have to start getting points though, don't you? There's no doubt in that. We've just spoken to Richard O'Donnell. Games are running out. He says you've got to start getting those points on the board.
Yeah, well, to be fair, we've had one defeat in the last 5 or 6 weeks, so we've remained positive. There's been, as I kept saying earlier on, there's been decisions at Burton, decisions at Wickham that's went against us this month, but there's been another 4 points in each of the games. So sometimes decisions go against it, but we're staying positive. We do need to win games, but as I said before, we're getting into March now and we're starting with a fantastic chance of staying in the league, and that was the main objective when I came in. Everything's changed and we've managed to claw, as I said, 5 or 6 teams in. So we just need to remain positive, remain calm, as I keep saying, and go out and express ourselves. And I thought the second half on Saturday we did that, because after the Fleetwood game was a big test of character and mentally for the players, and I thought they passed it with flying colours in the second half against Plymouth on Saturday, who are a very good side.
One of those teams you have clawed in is Walsall. You could be above them come 5 o'clock on Saturday. How big a factor does that play, do you think, in this one?
Yeah, I just think we just need to make sure we don't go in and make it all about nerves or how we're going to play. We just need to go and play our game. We've got players now, we can change systems. We've got players we can change from the bench. It makes us that bit stronger now. It's a massive game for both clubs, but it's a game where we've been down here, as I say, for 80% of the season, 90%, so it's something we're used to. We play with no fear, but when you've been up there and you're starting to come down the way and you start to look and you're getting sucked into things, it's very difficult for clubs. And you see there's maybe a league of 10 starting at the bottom of the league, and as I say to players, we need to try and finish it as top of that if we can, and that's our main aim, and it's the main aim since November, since we've started to take players back from injury and we've started to have a better squad and a stronger squad of players.
Does crank up the pressure on this one though a little bit, doesn't it?
Not for us. We're fine where we are. Not where we are in the league, but we're mentally and physically we are getting into a game. We're getting in and we're not been in great form, but I think you've got to take a lot of credit, because they say the last 2 games everybody expects, it's Fleetwood and it's Plymouth. Fleetwood on the top 10, they've had a fantastic season. Plymouth are on a run of 7 or 8 wins out of 9 or 10 games. They've not been beaten the last 10 games, so and we made them look average. So these are things that we need to make sure we stay positive with, and we know it's a massive game, but it's a game we're looking forward to, and I've got to stress that the players are not going to go out and play by anything else.
Do you take anything out of the fact that you had your biggest win of the season against them back in December?
No, because I thought at the time they were a very good side. I thought before we actually scored they had 1 or 2 chances to go ahead in the game. We know they're dangerous from they've got good players, they attack well, they can defend well. So we knew in that day that we did play well second half again. We came out and scored a few goals, but before that they had hit the bar and they had a few opportunities just before half time. So it's going to be a dangerous game for both sides. It's a 6 point, as people say, and it's a game where, as you say, we can go and get 3 points and hopefully this is out of the bottom 4.
And they are on a really difficult run of form themselves, aren't they? Really struggling at the moment.
Yeah, I think anybody at the bottom of the league is, you're down there for a reason. Everybody is, as you say, we're in a positive mind frame, because we've lost 1 game in the last 5 or 6. We need to stay positive. Players need to say that, but as you say, maybe we need to start turning draws into wins.
Just a final point, a bit away from it as well. David Ball, what's the latest on his situation? I know you were hoping to try and get something done permanently. Is there any further update on that?
No, I just think it's one of these things that we'll just probably need to wait and see what happens at the end of the season.